Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. As many of you all know, I am a wrestling fan, and AEW is right now the best promotion as far as major promotions go.
It's my purse! I don't know you!
In my opinion. Don't at me at that. Anyways, in their young history, the TNT Championship is probably like, I would say, the mid-tier championship, but I'd say it has a lot more prestige than the Intercontinental Championship, just in that how they carry it, how they hold it to a high esteem, and it's always a big deal when they use it. So one of the best championships, best champions, or the best TNT champion is Brodie Lee, and you may know him as Luke Harper. And I was able to find this at a local Target by my house just recently, actually today. And when I saw this, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should hold off for the ringside exclusive, him in -1, which is a really cool pack. But when I saw that it's like the price for that, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get this, and then maybe I could get all those accessories and maybe -1 on the internet, like maybe on eBay deal or something. So I just decided to get this as a single thing. The only thing he's missing, as opposed to the AEW ringside exclusive, is the jacket and his son. Maybe a few other accessories, but those are the main things. Underneath those extra additions, it's the same figure. It's exactly the same figure. So I decided just to get the base figure, and the main thing as well as the championship, because I don't have any belts. And it looks like a really nice belt. Very, like, it's shiny. It just doesn't look plastic. They might have added a shimmer to it. Another reason why I picked up this figure as well is I did pick up the AEW cards in a previous video, and I have not been able to find those cards recently. I do live in Chicago, in the Midwest, so things take longer to get out here. So it's also including 3 exclusive cards for this particular figure. Also in this line, I mean, you do get to see this awesome picture of Brodie Lee. But in this line, I'm a fan of the Dark Order. I love this whole clique. I think they're awesome. I remember when they were still bad guys, right? Like, or tried to be the main heels. But now they're so over, just because everybody loves them. And Evil Uno has one of the best vlogs out there. You have to check out his vlogs. I love Anna Jay. You know, that's my big crush in AEW. John Silver's hilarious. Stu Grayson's excellent wrestler. All crazy wrestlers. I am probably going to pick up this whole line whenever I have the opportunity. But let's open this up and see what this figure can do.
Oh my.
I actually cannot find my box cutter, so I'm just going to be very careful. Remember, whether you're using scissors or a box cutter, always cut away from you. Use the best amount of safety. So I was thinking of either doing this off camera, but you know what? I'm already filming. Might as well just document the whole thing, you know? I'm here to share, so I might as well just document the whole thing. So let's open this up. And what I really like about these boxes is they're not like, I swear I opened this up the wrong way. Okay, I'm guessing that I have to open it from the bottom. See, that's why I opened it in camera. So let's slide this guy open. And no, that is interesting. Okay, so this is just covering a shell. The plastic, the window box, is actually glued onto the back cardboard. So I'm going to have to actually rip this off, and I'm not going to do it the pretty way. just gonna rip this off. And let's do that. Gonna have to rip off this top part too. So it's and then tear off this. The other boxes are not like that. This so this is new to me. And I wonder if it's because these upper deck cards that are included with the figure, I wonder if this is the reason. So I'm just going to take this box, move that out of the frame. And then here's a nice tray shot of Brodie Lee. And then here are the 3 exclusive cards. Let's open the cards and see what we get in these. Alright, so 3 exclusive cards in this pack. Looks like we get a Lance Archer, which is really nice. I'll hold it closer to the camera. We get an Arn. And then we get a Dustin Rhodes. So unfortunately, Cody Rhodes has left to go back to WWE. I hope it works out for him. I am a Cody Rhodes fan, as you know, like I mean, he always delivers in his matches. I mean, they're always emotional. I mean, I know this is the unpopular opinion, but I think he is just very underrated. And I hope it works out for him in WWE. I hope they'll actually push him. I thought he had a good thing going in AEW, but you know, you never know what happens behind closed doors. So anyways, one of the most memorable matches in AEW, and it was a Cody Rhodes match actually, was when he dropped the title to Brodie Lee, and Brodie Lee just dismantled him in that match. He destroyed the man, and he's probably, I would say, the best. I mean, it is a very young championship, but every TNT champion should hold their standard. I mean, he is the standard bearer for the TNT champion. I finally got it out, but yeah, he is the standard bearer for every TNT champion. And let's open this up. I'm sorry if this is going to be loud, but I'm just gotta, let's try to pull this out. Alright, so there's no twist ties, which is thankfully a great thing. And if you remember his gimmick, he was called Mr. Brodie Lee, which he was playing a satire on Vince McMahon. You see all of the numbers on the side. Brodie Lee. And after so many years of being in WWE, with like this sloppy t-shirt, it was really cool to see him in like some like legit wrestling gear, you know, with like words on it and a whole new brand new gimmick. I love this about him. I love this era in wrestling where like you know, like a lot of talent is amazingly talented, and they're just being held down by WWE, and I love that everybody's jumping ship and having more creative freedom. This guy is no different. He was super creative, and he was agile for a big man. I don't know how tall he is, but he was one of the taller wrestlers back in WWE. And I keep on bringing up WWE because he was there the longest in his career for me. I mean, I'm sure that he was there longer in the Indies, but I wasn't able to see that. But for me, he was one of the taller guys there, and then when he came to AEW, he was still one of the taller guys. But we finally get to realize some of his brilliance. He he did the best he could with the Mr. Brodie Lee gimmick. Initially I wasn't feeling it, but you know, afterwards, just watching all the YouTube videos, it was a really good gimmick. And just watching him clean up and just be the best himself. I mean, he just destroyed Cody Rhodes in that match. Anyways, as you can tell, there is a an ab crunch, but the more you pull it up, you get to see some of that kibble. You see that? And I know that's a Transformers term, but like you get to see that. So I like to have a streamlined figure, so that looks a little bit better if you pull it down. You get and there is a matte finish on this figure, so it does feel somewhat like a NECA figure. If you're familiar with that company, NECA, they make the Ninja Turtles and like all the movie lines. So it does have that matte finish. It is a pretty stiff shoulder ball joint, so you're just gonna have to be very careful when you lift it up. It does sound like a ratchet joint, so it stays in place. You hear that snap? It's just staying in place. So that's gonna help with wear and tear. You know, it's gonna take longer for that to get loose. Let's see, there's double jointed elbows, which is also a ratchet joint. The ratchet's up here. Then you get, and this is where the looseness comes in. You get like the small peg joint, and then like there's a little wrist swivel there that you're just gonna have to work with. Same thing, both sides. You get you don't really get an up like a lower hip swivel, but you do get an upper thigh swivel that you're just gonna have to work and warm up with your figures. I'm okay with that staying there just because I like that line to be what do you call it? I don't like it to be separated. I like that to be uniform. You get the double jointed knees, and that could go past 90. That's pretty good, actually. That's more flexible than he was in any of his later shows. And then the calf raise, or like the little ankle joint, it's a little bit hindered by the molding of this pants, but I think that's okay just because that was pretty accurate or close to accurate for what he was wearing for the ring gear. You get the nice molding, and the paint applications look really nice. I don't see any paint splotches anywhere. The molding is pretty clean too, I would say. I don't see any like plastic like clumps anywhere that I've seen on other wrestling figures. You get the really cool paint applications of like the Dark Order, and the molding's really nice on his hair too. You get the nice man bun at the back, and the beard is looking luxurious. That's a focus. It's a little bit better. You get a little bit of the taco meat up top with the chest hair, a little bit on the sides. I mean, he was somewhat of a hairy man. And then you get the nice molding of like the belt. You can actually feel that. And then like the molding of like the creases on the shirt. I love the paint applications of like the logos that he has on the sides. Like the nice wrestling boots you wear underneath, and then the tapes on the wrist. Just a very nice figure. Let's take out the accessories to see what he had. You do have the belt, which feels like they spray painted a plastic, or they use some type of like aluminum that I don't want to bend. It's very similar to the belts that Mattel makes for the WWE figures. I'm sure the process is very similar as well, but the belt doesn't look like it's a matte finish. It looks like it's actually like an actual belt, like it's like a brass, like gold belt, but it's not brass, it's like plastic. So they did really work on that well. I know I'm going through a lot. It's going to be a longer video, but He also, one of his gimmicks is he would take like a rolled up piece of paper and start slapping Dark Order as his like underlings. Again, he was doing a Vince McMahon gimmick, so he was very much making fun of Vince McMahon. And so like he would take that and just start whacking on like what's his name, Stu Grayson, or the other Dark Order people like Iwalino, whenever he was upset. So like I was talking about like Vince McMahon, really cool. And then instead of like the roll of paper, here's like a stack of sheets of paper. So like, you know, this, he would roll this up and then start smacking on the Dark Order. But anyways, I'm really happy to have this figure. I had to share it with y'all because I saw this and I was like, it was a big like gasp moment because I saw this at the Target when I was picking up some bottles of water. Just a coincidence. I always go to this hotel when I'm in there, and I saw this, and it was at my local Target, and I never see stuff at my local Target. So very happy to have found this. I think if you find it on the shelf, you should definitely pick it up. Brodie Lee, although like earlier on in his career he was not as loved, but I mean, I think people are starting to figure it out. This guy was he was box office. I swear he could have been one of the best wrestlers. I mean, technically he was like as far as like his style and everything, but as far as like popularity, he could have been like the best wrestlers of all time. I thought he had all of the potential, and unfortunately he was taken away too soon. But I'm glad to have this figure. Amazing to finally have a Brodie Lee figure. The wait was worth it, and I think you should all pick one up if you are wrestling fans as well. Anyways, that was my review for Brodie Lee. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did take a little bit longer to go through everything. I tried to be thorough, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you also find this figure on your shelves. I myself, as I said before in the video, picked it up at Target, so I also hope that you find one as well. All right, take care. Until next time, everybody.